Hey, I'm Monashee from Monashee.org, where it's all about production, marketing, and building a killer portfolio. One of the questions that I get a lot from people just entering commercial photography is about pricing. Today, I'm breaking down the difference between usage rights and a creative fee and when to use which one. Pricing and estimating for commercial photography is an art form in and of itself. So I'm not going to cover everything in this video, but make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I have a very cool download that I think you will appreciate. I'm going to show you how to differentiate between the two different line items and when to charge for which one. It's a little bit tricky and there is actually no right or wrong answer. I'm going to give you my take and you can go from there. Usage rates are fees associated with images. It would be on a per image basis for a designated period of time with a specific usage in mind. So for example, web use or print or print and web, billboards, that kind of thing. So you would want to clarify those things within the usage terms. Usually this will appear on the estimate as blank amount of dollars per image, and then the timeline would be outlined in the terms. The price per image is going to vary on a job-by-job basis, depending who the client is and depending on what their usage is for the images. So there's no hard and fast rule for this, which makes it a little tricky to navigate. For example, a small mom and pop is not going to be paying as high usage rates as a large brand that has greater exposure and that has a lot more of a budget to spend. You also would want to clearly outline what the renewal fees would be so that the client knows if they want to renew the images for a longer period of time, they would pay X amount of dollars. Creative fees are fees associated with your time and your talent as the photographer. This is usually based on a per day basis, and usually this is standard from job to job. Although again, this may look different if you're quoting on a smaller job versus a larger job. Now we know the terms, so when are we going to use each of them? Some people will separate these into separate line items and some people will lump them together. I'm a big proponent of separating the line items, and there are a few reasons why I think this. Your creative fee is essentially the same as any other crew member that's working on the shoot. So you wouldn't not pay your crew, so why would you not pay yourself? The photography usage fee, on the other hand, is for the use of the images themselves and serves that very specific purpose. It's important to educate your client on the difference of those two things, that your time and creative talent is separate from the image as a product that they're going to go out and use and have the rights to use. So it's important for them to understand that, and it's also important for you to differentiate between the two of them. If you are just getting started, I know that this seems overwhelming and it can seem daunting, but it does become easier with practice. If you set these standards early on, your client will get used to them. And then when you raise your prices, it will be clearer what you're raising, if you're raising your creative fees or if the image rates are changing. It's also easier to explain to clients that how renewal fees work when you've shown them the price that they're paying per image up front and then what the renewal fees would be. You can use that to show value. Now you know the difference between usage rights and creative fees and know when to use one or the other or both if that's the direction you choose to go. If you want an estimate template that has the line items structured the way that I do, you can go ahead and download my free estimate template. So you can go ahead and just insert your numbers on a job-by-job basis. You can get the download at the link up above or down below in the notes. If you like this video, please hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Unless you want to keep talking.